Speaking of awful roommates, the first person I would like to talk about is Tyler. Even though I hate my roommates, I like Tyler. He was the only one I told about myself, my hobby, and what I do for pastime, like creating YouTube videos. Before we continue, please like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when I upload the next video. Tyler wore a funny-looking hat with the word "I obey" written in the front of it. He also did something that I'm not too crazy about. He likes to vape and calls everybody dude. Confession, guys, I like Tyler because he does the dishes. That was my #1 reason. Plus, he was not like the other guys because he did the dishes. That is why. In a house where everybody makes a mess and never bothers to clean them, he and I were the only two who did the dishes. He and I would not have become friends in any normal circumstances, but he was the cool one, given all that happened in that house. Hello, Tyler. I have not forgotten about you. I miss you. The other day, I looked at some posts on the internet about different cultural trends and saw something that reminded me of Mark. Yes, that scumbag Mark. No, I'm not making this up. His real name was Mark, the cultural trend Mark. I hated him. Mark was the roommate who knew how to make a mess, but does not know how to clean after himself. He would not clean the dishes. He would cook his favorite dish, ramen noodles, with the microwave, and leave all sorts of grease and soggy-looking mess inside the microwave. And when I tried to use the microwave, my dish would be soaked with greasy and messy crap he left all over the microwave ovens. And another thing that drives me crazy about this guy is his TV watching habits. Whether on the TV or on his laptop, this guy watches one of those Japanese cartoons without headphones, disturbing everybody. I think those Japanese cartoons are called anime. They sound terrible because I do not speak or understand Japanese. The one word I understood was sayonara, and once I heard that, I said, "Goodbye forever, Mark." But I don't think he heard me. My saving grace, or what I learned, was that if I go to bed before his anime watching schedule, I slept through it. I do not understand. Why do you tell him to turn it down a little? I did too! I went to his room on one occasion because I had had enough. I said, "Hey buddy, turn that crap down so that I can get some sleep." And he did, for that one night. After that night, he did not stop, but he was mindful of my concerns. He mainly stayed in his room doing his stuff, playing video games and whatnot. I spent most of my time working on my artwork and my drawings in my room. Other than the microwave mess issue, he and I managed to get along. That night. That one night. The very next night... But he wasn't too bad. He would spend most of his time inside his room playing video games, and I would spend most of my time in my room drawing. So, except for the microwave messy stuff, we didn't get in each other's way too often. Guys, this is a funny story. One day, I was shooting a YouTube video when I crumbled something that made a funny noise, and Mark walked in and started looking at me funny. He looked like he was saying something, and I looked back at him and said, "Don't say a word." And he turned around and he walked away. Now, about the roommate that I hated the most. I don't want to say his name, so I'll call him Magnus. The boy wonder, or Magnus, was the first roommate I saw when I came to the boarding house. He was the person sleeping and snoring on the couch when I first came in, and he is the sports card guy. The one who has 1.5 million baseball cards littered all over the house. Or was it basketball cards? I don't remember. I don't collect something that I cannot play with, but this guy has these mini cards stacked and has never touched them for the whole time I was there. What is the point of collecting them if you can't play with them? If I want to spend money on a card, I would rather spend it on a card that I can play with my friend. That is just me. Yeah, cards like Domino or Magic the Gathering, or something that makes sense. Yes, Magnus was the worst of a bunch of bad roommates. He leaves empty bottles of soft drinks all over the house, snores when he sleeps, farts a lot, and refuses to do dishes. Instead, he complains that somebody else did not wash the dishes. So when I had enough of Magnus and his mess, I decided that I should buy myself disposable eating ware. Paper plates for everyone. And can you guess what the almighty Magnus did? He took my paper dishes to a party and left them there. And he did not even ask my permission to take them. You might think that farting, snoring, and leaving dirty dishes is the worst Magnus did, but imagine bringing a dog into the cramped house and refusing to take care of it. His excuse was that his ex-girlfriend did not want to keep the dog. Can you believe that? Imagine this poor dog always in his kennel, even at night. No love is shown to him, nobody plays with Snoop. The dog's name was Snoop. So one night I felt so bad for the dog, and I asked Magnus if Snoop could stay with me in my room. Booyah! From that day on, unfortunately, I became the dog's caretaker. Snoop sleeps in my room all the time, and I became the dog's walker and caretaker. As time went on, Magnus would call the dog, Snoop, Snoop, Snoop! But Snoop refused to go to him. You know dogs, once they like you, it's hard to change their minds. Snoop had decided that I am his favorite person, and he just follows me around, everywhere. One morning, Magnus came to me and said, Hey Jason, would you like to keep Snoop? What do you mean, keep Snoop? I asked. Okay, forever. I was going to get rid of the dog, he said, so you can keep him if you want. That same day, in the evening, Magnus moved out of the house and took all the toiletries, including a bunch of toilet paper. I love dogs, so I did not mind very much, but I could not keep the dog in this cramped space, not to mention that I was too busy to properly care for the dog. Besides, I'm not even sure the authorities would allow a dog in the house if they found out. So I asked my family members if anybody wanted to keep the dog, and my grandmother recommended one of her friends who wanted a dog. So I dropped Snoop off at her house, and that was the last time I saw that dog. The last roommate was the guy called Mr. Electric Brush. He was never home except at night, when he brushed his teeth with his electric brush. That thing makes the most annoying sound. The thing would go non-stop. So annoying. And I would say quietly, get a life. That was it, guys. My roommate's nightmare. Thank you guys for your support, and I do appreciate it very much. Please help me share the video, subscribe, and like. Booyah! I hope you liked the video. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you.